Hello friends, welcome to Priyangana's channel Bodhi to Renaissance. The topic that will be discussed today is Chaim Weizmann, the founding father of Israel, a man with the combined philosophies of Prafulla Chandra Bose and Subhas Chandra Bose. So there is a long story why I have chosen these three persons and tried to connect them. So as a chemist, what I understood is the importance of science to make a country. And also when I read about Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose and explored him through different literature and history, what I found there his vision to make a new nation. And not only that, when I explored Israel as a scientist, I came to know about Chaim Weizmann and his contribution in science and how he built a new nation. So gradually what I understood is if a country is made on the basis of science and technology, it will have a different aspect and different prospect of this country. So then I realized also the contribution of Acharya Prafulla Chandra Bose and Subhas Chandra Bose for my country from a different aspect. After exploring Chaim Weizmann, what I also found is that the philosophy of Chaim Weizmann was very much similar with the philosophy of Dr. Prafulla Chandra Bose and Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. The question that have been striking me is how to make a nation, how a new nation is made. So first of all, it should have a defense sector. For the citizen of that country, the agriculture should be sufficient enough to serve the purpose of the food, a huge infrastructure and a proper currency. Now all these things are possible only when there is a science and technology. Then who will do the science? Of course, the citizen of that country. Our country needs a citizen who will be patriotic, responsible, and sensitive and nationalist. Now we will look back to the British era in India. India is an old civilization, almost for 5,000 years, maybe more, and its cultural heritage and its scientific heritage is really rich. But due to many external invasion, India has a huge loss. One of them is British invasion. They came from England for the business purpose, but actually they became the Empire of India. And unfortunately, they did everything to destroy the India. They did not do anything good for India. Whatever they built in our country, a building or railway, whatever, everything is for their own benefit, not for India. And they ruled India for 200 years and they left for their country. But when they came to India, India has a high GDP. But when they left India, that GDP went down drastically. Not only that, in this British rule, there is a two era actually. The one is the company era from 1600 to 1857, the British era from 1857 to 1947. In this time, there is a huge economic exploitation. There is an enormous number of famines and mass death. And of course, there is a social and cultural bad impacts which uh, affected India. Now, from this dark era, there is a group of people from Bengal who tried to get rid of this effect. So, like Rajaram Mohan Ray, Prafulla Chandra Ray, Vidyasagar, and all. That is known as Bengal Renaissance. It has a huge impact on the development of India and also how to free India from British rule. Now, during this Bengal Renaissance, one of the pioneers was Acharya Prafulla Chandra Ray, who was a chemist, a scientist, who studied in Presidency College and moved to Edinburgh University for higher studies. And he came back to India and taught in Presidency College. During this time, he invented new molecules and also has contributed scientifically and technologically for the development of India, and he was a great patriot. As a scientist, he did very fundamental things, understanding molecules, its structures, mainly the inorganic compounds structures, and you will see that in that time of the British era, his works was recognized by world uh, very popular and recognized journal, Nature. Not only that, the Nature also recognized him, and you will see it is clearly written that we have received from India some press accounts of the celebration organized by the Lahore branch of Indian Chemical Society of the 17th birthday of Sir P.C. Ray, who is well known as a chemist. The great services rendered to India both in a scientific and national capacity by Sir P.C. Ray were emphasized by the speakers. His students have been active in furthering the cause of chemical science and education in India along the lines laid down by their teacher. And the foundation and growth of Indian Chemical Society may be regarded as indication of the development of methods which guided his activities in the promotion of chemical science in India. Sir P.C. Ray's experimental work is well known in Europe, and his History of Hindu Chemistry is the only work of its kind in a European language. The report also lays stress on his excellent work in the relief of distress in India and in encouraging and helping poor students in Bengal especially. Not only that, you will see nowadays people talk about entrepreneurship and, and all. But actually, Prafulla Chandra Ray already has a vision that how basic science can be utilized for the technology and do business or industrialization. That's why he founded Bengal Chemicals and Pharmaceutical Limited. This was another aspect of his life. Not only that, he was very much interested in the Indian civilization. You will see nowadays Indian knowledge system is promoting by the current education system, but actually Prafulla Chandra Ray has talked about this Indian knowledge system almost 150 years ago. If you go through this book, which is not possible in this current discussion, you will see how he cultivated the Indian ancient language, all the scripts and all, and he tried to extract the science. Not only that, he was a great patriot also. Along with this, although he was a scientist, look at his quotation. He says, "Science can wait, but Swaraj can't." It means that he was very much eager for the Indian independence. Now we will discuss about Subhas Chandra Bose, the most intelligent patriotic son of Mother India. He was born in 23rd January 1897 in Cuttack in Odisha. His philosophy was that there should not be any compromise regarding the freedom. The freedom is not given, it is taken. So whatever the way we get the freedom, but there should not be any compromise. Now, while he was thinking about the freedom of India, he also thought that once we get the independence, how our new country will look like, what will be the vision of our country. Then he also talked about how science and technology is indispensable to make a new country. That time, a journal used to be published and edited by Meghnad Saha, one of the great scientists of India. The name was Science and Culture. There he talked about, Netaji talked about in this one particular issue of this journal, that freedom must be accompanied by social emancipation and progress, and for the science and technology are indispensable. He also said that reaction in Great Britain is strengthened and fed by the enslavement of a number of nations. To solve the economic problem, agriculture improvement will not be enough. A comprehensive scheme of industrial development under state ownership and state control will be indispensable. Last not the least, the state of the advice of the Planning Commission will have to adopt a comprehensive scheme for gradually socializing our entire agriculture industrial system in the sphere of both production and appropriation. An unexpected incident totally changed the history of Indian independence. It happened on 18th August 1945. People are compelled to believe that Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose did die in a plane crash on 18th August 1945. But still today, people don't know what is the real story. And it has a huge consequence on Indian independence. India got independence on 15th August 1945, but the country was divided into three parts. So two new countries took birth. One is India, the other one is Pakistan, which was unbelievable for Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. Now we will look in a different part of this world. What is today known as Israel, that was initially under the British administrative territory between 1920 and 1948. That time, Jews was trying to get a country to live. Chaim Weizmann, who is a scientist, he traveled across the world and raised the voice for the new homeland of the Jews. He played a huge diplomatic role around the globe, and she finally was able to convince the world leaders and the geopolitical uh, dynamics to get this new land, which is known as the homeland of the Jews. Chaim Weizmann was working as a senior lecturer in University of Manchester. He was trying to develop the methods how the molecules like acetone can be produced by biofermentation, and to expand this idea for the large production also. After the successfully uh, making this procedure, he patented the acetone and he got huge revenue from this patent. Parallelly, he was trying to get a land for the landless Jews. After forming the new country, Chaim Weizmann became the first president of Israel. And his vision was like this: difficult things take a long time, the impossible takes a little longer. So a scientist become the first president of a new country. So you will see that his vision was research at the foundation of human creation. We have made great achievements in science and research that benefit the nations of the world. And now we must channel them for the construction of our own homeland. But as critically important as it is, science alone cannot gain us relief. We need to build a new bridge between science and the human spirit. Throughout my life, I have worked and strived to make science and research a foundation of our national enterprise. He also made the Hebrew University of Jerusalem with the support of Albert Einstein, and also he made the Vice Minister of Science. We live in a pioneering country. We are pioneering in the wilderness in agriculture and industry. But here in Rehovot, we are also engaged in a peculiar kind of pioneering work. We are pioneering in science. It was said by him in the opening ceremony of Vice Minister of Science. And that Vice Minister of Science is trying too hard to do a fundamental science and also trying to transfer it to the technology. So you can clearly see how he was successful to make a country from the perspective of science, which is a clear resemblance of the philosophy of Prafulla Chandra Bose and Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose. So he says miracles do happen, but you have to work hard for them. So if you like this discussion, so share it and subscribe the channel and click on the bell icon. Thank you.